Well, I thought I'd give y'all a update today on the tractor situation, since I hadn't posted anything since that last video. Can't tell you everything that's going on. I'll kind of try to tell you what's for sure I think about to happen, and just kind of where my thought process is at the moment. But I just wanted to kind of inform you guys of where we're at on it. I relayed my displeasement in the 5065E to the tri-green contact that I got last week, and he is kind of my go-between between them and Deere, actual John Deere representatives that are not dealers, that are direct contacts to Deere, put it that way. And really nice guy, and I think we had a good talk yesterday morning, and I think he understands my situation almost better than I do, and my farm and my needs for a tractor, and you know, I can't complain on that. Now, like I said, I know some of you want to bash on tri-green a little bit, but you know, and I've had my ups and downs with them too, I guess. But overall, I gotta admit they've been a pretty good dealer. And you know, I have dealt with, obviously I've dealt with a lot of dealers on various things, but as far as John Deere goes, there's really only three that I've really dealt with, and that's tri-green and Sneed, and there's a little family run John Deere store that we've probably done the most business with over the years, which, you know, my dad dealt with them mostly. They're called Coker Tractor, and that's probably one of the nicest groups of people you'll ever run across. And again, it's almost an entire family runs that dealership. I know they got a few probably hired people in, but it goes back to the grandfather, the father, the kids, wives. They're all there running it. Any of y'all that have ever dealt with Coker Tractor know exactly what I'm talking about. But when it comes to my tractor purchases, have always been through tri-green. But anyway, the guy I'm dealing with, or is my contact or go-between here, is, like I said, he's a really nice guy. He really wants to do what's right here, and I can tell that. And I think as a dealer, they can only do so much. So it has been elevated up to Deere, and I know it involves multiple people with Deere, and I don't know how high it goes up into Deere, but that's where we're at on that. You know, the tri-green contact I have all started with the guy I met at the Sunbelt Ag Expo, which again was a nice guy. I mean, we talked about my tractor, but I think we talked about some other things before that. So, and you know, he was concerned with it and wanted to get things right. So that's what led me to this contact I have. I don't want to use the guy's name, but anywho, so that's kind of what's going on there. Here's what I can say at this point, and I'm currently waiting on some more information regarding our conversation yesterday, and but the 5065E is leaving the farm, and it is leaving the farm for good. I'll just say that. The details from there on are still yet to be determined, but I think they all have seen my displeasement in that tractor, and its quality at this point. Now, that aside, just my talking between me and my contact at Tri-Green, I think we both agree that that's, for my size operation, even though I'm cutting back some, which I'm going to be doing a lot of hay if I can ever get any of it to grow. We did get a little rain last night, but I don't, probably wasn't a tenth of a tenth, just kind of a heavy dew, you could call it. But until I get some moisture in the ground, my grass seed I've already planted ain't going to come up. I'm afraid it's already been ruined from the previous rain. It wasn't enough. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But we agreed that that wasn't really a big enough tractor for me. And you know, looking back on it now, that's probably right. You know, we even discussed whether an E series in general is even right for me. And I told him the story about how things have gone over the past few years. You know, and I told him the 5095M I had was really the last Deere I had that was it didn't really give me any issues, as in, you know, broke down in the field or kept me from doing what I needed to do. You know, it had some quirks. The nature of it I didn't like, but it, you know, wasn't really anything major with that tractor. But you know, I really wanted to be in the 6000 series. That's why I went and traded that tractor on the 6330 Premium. And you know, I told him that was the tractor I was going to get and keep. That was it. I was going to keep that tractor, pay it off. That was the tractor I was going to raise my kids in, if I'm, you know, lucky enough to have some boys, say, or a girl that's interested in the farming, you know. Because, yeah, it's kind of how I grew up. I figure a lot of you that watch my channel grew up that way too. You rode right along with your fathers there in the seat, and you know, spent a lot of your time growing up in the tractor, so, or on the tractor. And I think there's a value to that a lot of our youth, even people my age now, did not have, or do not have, or did not have growing up. And you know, when me and my wife are fortunate enough to have kids, I hope to give them that same opportunity. You know, to grow up being their own tractor. But yeah, that was kind of my plans when I bought the 6330. That was the tractor I wanted to be in and stay in, and it didn't work out. And you know, at this point, I could see myself staying in the Massey under that same regard, but and you know, I told the Tri-Green contact yesterday that you know, they want me to stay in a Deere. I understand that. And I told the guy I didn't like having to smear Deere's name, you know, on my channel and show these quality issues, say, to everybody. I know that's negative on their part, but you know, you know, y'all know I'm a straight up guy. It don't matter if it's the Massey, if it's the Deere, if it were a Kubota New Holland case, whatever. You know, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. I'm gonna put it out there. That's, you know, I'm not gonna hide anything. I think y'all can see that. Yeah, you know, so in that regard, going back into another Deere, I just told the guy I'm a little gun shy, and I pretty much phrased it, you know, I think, understand that I'm, you know, a little gun shy here, and, you know, he gets it, and, like I said, the guy understands the situation, seems like almost better than I do, so I have a lot of respect for that, but yeah, we're just still working out the details on what's going to happen after this 5065E right now. I mean, the option's still on the table for me to just keep the 5610. Now here's the catch on that. Monday, which I posted that video, that last video on Monday, I got a call from a guy that is just very interested in the Massey. And of all days, I mean, I was already in the dumps about the 5065E, and, you know, like I said, the Massey, I said, wouldn't go anywhere right now. I get a call from a guy in Tennessee that was just, I felt like itching to come look at the tractor, and he seemed very, we even talked about numbers on the tractor, but I kept telling the guy I wasn't sure I wanted to let go of it. So I shot my own self in the foot there, and I may have missed a sale on the Massey, but I just, not knowing what I know now, I just couldn't do it. I just, you know, so I got the guy's number. I called him back yesterday, but I didn't get him. I left him voicemail, so I don't know if the guy's going to call me back or not. I may have missed that sale. If I get something else, and I still sell the Massey, I'm going to be a little sick. I'll probably miss that. And the numbers we talked about on the tractor were where I wanted to be. Oh well, on that. So I don't know. That's still an option. You know, whether I'm going to go back with another Deere is yet to be determined. Yeah, I told the Tri-Green contact yesterday. Here's a Kubota brochure. All you Kubota guys can jump up and down and celebrate that I at least looked at one. I ain't saying I'm getting one, but yeah, that's a M5 091 and M5 111. I've got my Tri-Green book here, or catalog, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, I've been thumbing through it, just looking at things, but I did go look at a Kubota. I just, you know, I told the Tri-Green contact yesterday, y'all want to get something reliable. And I don't know that Kubota's that. I don't know if keeping the Massey's that. I don't know if something completely different is I don't know. But I did go look at one. I actually was working some numbers on them at two dealers. A dealer I went and looked at, and a dealer I have dealt with before. The seed drill I just bought not too long ago, that guy deals in a lot of Kubotas. So we've had some emails and a phone call conversation regarding the M5s. So I do have some pricing and numbers on those. I know where they're set. I know what the options are. Here's what I thought. I've looked at the tractors before, as I've mentioned at the Sunbelt Ag Expo. They're not bad. I'm still a little. I'm not just big on the inside of the cab. I don't know. It's just the plastics and things. Just I don't know. I'm not big on the layout of the inside of the cab. But it ain't bad. I could live with it. As always, I've been concerned about how heavy the tractors are and how beefy or not beefy they're built. That's still concerned, but overall, just looking at it, it didn't look bad. So I will say it could or may be in the running, depending on what happens here. I just don't know what's going to happen just yet. But for all you Kubota guys, I went and looked at another one. I know I said I looked at one before. I got this 5065E, but it was a 7060. I kind of wanted to look at what this bigger model had to offer. Let's see where it fell. And one of my AGCO contacts contacted me this week, and of all things, it looks like 4700 cab models are about 2 weeks out from where I'm making see one, drive one, deal on one. I don't know. And it looks like there's going to possibly be one of each model: the 07, the 080, 09, and the 4710. So I don't know what to wait around and try to. I need to drive one of them around. I just hadn't done it yet. See what the final fit and finish looks like compared to just the prototype version that I seen at the Ag Expo. You know, that's now out there. I did look at a New Holland that was at the Kubota dealer. I was looking at the M5's app. They also sell New Hollands. I know they're the same thing as the case. They had a, what is it, T475 or something like that. And I just wasn't into it. I just wouldn't. I don't really anything negative. I just wasn't into it. I got in and looked around it. I would buy the Kubota over the New Holland if that was the two options I had. So I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, we got a Coyote dealer in the area. I don't know that he really keeps the larger tractors. I don't know whether to go down that path or not. But anyway, it's just a time-consuming process. If they take the 5065E back and I don't stick with another Deere, I don't know. The only thing I feel comfortable with is my 5610. But anyway, I know a lot of you said just keep it, kind of leaned that way. And I don't know just yet. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. It's interesting, the comments I got on the last video, and it's also, over the whole course of any videos dealing with the tractors, how many of you have said Kubota, and how many of you said your experiences with Kubota have been good from a, say, reliability standpoint. But I don't know that I'm going that route yet. It almost seems like my viewer base is like 40% Deere, 40% Kubota, and the other 20% are everything else. It just kind of seems that way. Probably a few more Massey's in there than others, but that seems to be the two that butt heads, the Deere and the Kubota guys. And I'm also surprised at how many of the Deere folks that have come out, and even though they're die-hard Deere, will never, and have stated they'll never buy anything but Deere, that would not have bought an E-Series, period. So you know, I'm getting what I deserve on that, I guess. But yeah, I found that interesting. So yeah. So this is turning into a long video. So where am I at? I don't know. I'll just leave it at this, I guess. Like I said, the contact I have with Tri-Green seems like a really nice guy, and he's interfacing between me and the actual John Deere representatives at this point, and tells me what to do. They want me to stay with Deere, and you know, like I said, I hate to, not everything Deere is bad. I think most of you know that, and I just hate that my past two experiences now with Deere have turned out bad. So I don't know, just re-looking over my past and where I wanted to be and where I've wound up. I really don't know what I want to do. Like I said, the 6330 was really where I wanted to end up before all that happened. But I don't know if I got back in another tractor that size, let's say a 6000 series. Tractors now would be what, the 105 M's and up, or the R's. I'm not gonna save any money. You know, I'd be better off to just stay with my Massey now. You know, if I could get in one of those for the same amount of money that I'm in the Massey, would I switch? I don't know. Coming off this experience, I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that I need a tractor that size. Could I get by with something smaller? Yeah, that's what I was going to try to do. I just probably went too small. Yeah. So I don't know. I just been kind of looking around. Here's what may happen, and yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet, but Deere wants me to stay with them. Do I give Deere another chance? I don't know. I think I know what a lot of you folks are going to say about it after this last experience, but that's a decision that I've got to make. But I'm afraid Deere is going to make me an offer on something that I can't resist. I'm afraid that's going to happen. Not that it's a bad thing, but you know, I'm going to have to look over what they offer me and my own financial situation, say where I'm at with the Massey and what they may be offering me, where that's at, and I may not can turn it down. I don't know just yet. And depending on how that is and what it is, I may try another Deere. Some of you may be about ready to punch your computer screens or toss your phone or whatever it may say in that, but it may happen. So I'm just putting that out there. I know the AGCO folks want to see me either stay in the 5610 or get in the 4700 series, but I still don't have numbers on that track. I've got an idea of where that's going to fall, but I don't it's still kind of a little, I don't know where that's going to fall. The Kubota, I know pretty much where that pricing is now. I know what that's going to cost me if I get in a Kubota. I will say this on the New Holland, the price they give me on it was not bad. Just from a money perspective, it wasn't bad. But again, I just looked into it. So I don't know. I'm just waiting on information back from Deere at this point, so I can dwell on it. I don't know. All I do know is the 5065E is leaving, and I will this weekend. I'll be putting the loader back on it. I'll get my tools out of it. I hate to give it back to them dirty, because I did get it dirty. I hate to waste water right now where the farm is. Like I said, we're on well water, and we're still in the drought's still really bad right now. I'm starting to hear people say it's the worst they've ever seen, and that's weighing on me too going into next year. Money-wise, it's a nerve-wracking situation that I'm in. But yeah, I hate to use water right now. I don't want to risk running well dry to clean the tractor. So I would like to do that for them taking it back, but it's probably not going to happen, unfortunately. But I will probably get it ready to leave whatever happens here going forward. So that's that. May have sounded like I went round and round, but I was just trying to get all that out there, and give you folks an update. I know as many of you have mentioned Kubotas that to me are chomping at the bits for me to get in a Kubota, but I've looked, I've done my due diligence, I've got numbers on it, I just don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it just depends on a whole bunch of things now, and you know, that 4700 cab being a couple weeks out now, and I don't know. It depends on what the Deere situation does. But anyway, I'll shut up. I'll quit talking, and that said, I'll try to get this video up today. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll let y'all know something when I know something. Thanks for watching. See you.